All right, Jeff, here we go. I was able to get your swing that you sent me from your iPhone. We can show it to you here, and I can give you your diagnosis. I'm going to first show you the swing sort of in slow motion so we can both see it. Then we can show it to you in real speed. So let's go back to the start here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a line up the plane here where your shaft is at address, and I'm going to start the swing for you here. And I think the last time we talked about your takeaway, and that's looking really good, Jeff. Before you were a little bit inside, so you got the club working perfectly back on a good track there, so that's looking great. Take you up here towards the top. And what we're going to talk about today is a little bit of what's happening on the downswing and what happens when we get into impact. So overall, I thought the positions of your swing actually looked pretty good. The thing that I want to work on with you today is actually syncing up the club and the body, because to me, especially on the downswing, your body is too far ahead of where the club is, and I'll show you exactly what I mean here. So as we get to the top of the backswing here, it's kind of hard to tell from this view, but your left shoulder hasn't really completely turned as much as we'd like it to. It's sort of, you can see here, it's sort of gone into your chin or into the side of your neck. And it hasn't really turned, and as a result, you're having to sort of lift the club the last little bit of your backswing from about here to there is mostly all arms and wrists. So as a result, on the way down, what happens is your lower body is way ahead of where the club is, and you can see when we get down closer to impact here that the club shaft relative to where it started is pretty high, or the handle's pretty high. The grip of the club or your hands is too high up. And if you look at this picture, you can see how your hips are way open or pointed to the left, and your shoulders are more or less at the target, which is actually a pretty good position if the club were in sync with that. So it just looks to me like the club's behind your body here, and you can see how your right foot is almost completely off the ground at impact. So it's come off the ground too early as a result of the club being behind your body, and your body, especially your hips, racing too far ahead. So I'm going to compare you to one of the models here, Michael Campbell, and we can look at his golf swing. And as he comes back down in impact, you can see that his club shaft is a lot closer to the start line at impact than yours is. And you can see how his hips are more open than his shoulders, which is a good position. But if you just look at yours, you can see that the club is just really behind you, and you can see how the club for Michael Campbell here is it's in front of his chest. So what we want is we want to be able to get the club and the body working through together in one unit that way. So what I'd like to see you do, Jeff, is, and this is going to be really simple, is if we can just get you to make some three-quarter backswings where you feel like the club goes to about maybe there, and hit some shots. So get a 7-iron. Feel like you're going back to about 3/4 of the way back, or to where your hands sort of get to your shoulder height, and just go through to a full finish. And I think if you do that, the club's going to be more in front of your body. Everything's going to work together going down, and your ball flight's going to improve as a result of it. When you look at Michael Campbell, and when you practice, I want you to sort of emulate something like this on the backswing. So you can see here, the two swings actually look really good, but the difference is Michael Campbell's starting to come down and you're still going back. So it's really just a lot of wasted motion. And I think if we just clean it up a little bit, we can get that club a little bit more in front of you and sort of take away some of those quick hooks and pushes that you've been hitting. So really simple. Just do some drills with a 7-iron, maybe off a tee, slowly at first. Take it about 3/4 of the way back. Go all the way through. See if you can't get that handle, the club, at impact to become a little bit lower, or the hand's a little bit lower, as opposed to where yours are, where it's more up in here. So, and you can see because you're out of sync a little bit, you can see where that club is. So just work on that drill, Jeff, and maybe after you do it a few days, film it and see if the handle of the club is a little bit closer to the original plane line, and see if that ball flight doesn't improve for you a little bit. So give it a try, and good luck.